gets into your heart and soul. Well, let me tell you, baby, it's called rock and roll. Well, hi there again, Cliff fans, and happy birthday, Cliff. And can you believe it? Cliff is 81 years old today. I can't believe it. I went to see Cliff in Manchester a couple of days ago, and he was absolutely fantastic. Sounded fantastic, looked fantastic, moved fantastic. He was absolutely amazing. And it's very hard to believe that he's 81 years old. I just hope that when I'm that age, if I make it to be that age, that I'm even half as fit as Cliff is. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to wish Cliff a happy 81st birthday. And I just want to mention the show I went to the other night was absolutely incredible. As I say, we're waiting nearly 2 years to see this show. It was meant to go ahead last October and it didn't due to COVID, and we finally got to see it this month. And I was one of the lucky fans who got to go and see Cliff. And I didn't make it to the Albert Hall this time. I seen him in Manchester, and he was absolutely amazing, as I said. A couple of days ago, the first gig I think was in Sheffield, and it was announced on Facebook. I think on Cliff Richard Radio, which is an absolutely fantastic Cliff Richard fan page as well, or group on Facebook, Cliff Richard Radio. The set list, and I was kind of debating whether to look at the set list. Will I look at it before I go and see the show, or won't I? And you know, I've no willpower when it comes to Cliff, and I had a sneaky look at some of the songs that Cliff was going to sing, and yeah, just incredible. First of all, I was amazed that he was going to sing so many songs, because I think people were saying he's only going to sing about 12, 13 songs probably this time, because the concerts are getting shorter, as you can imagine. Like an 81-year-old might not have the energy to do a 2-hour set, but Cliff did a full 2-hour set. I think it was about 2 hours, and he done all the great, he done all the tracks. I just want to say at this point, I'm going to mention some of the songs that Cliff sings. So if you haven't seen the show, this is a bit of a spoiler alert. So just turn off the video now, because I want to just mention a couple of the songs he sings in the show. Anyway, yeah, he opens with Wire for Sound, which incredible. I always thought that was a great opener. He opened his own set on the From a Distance, the event concert at Wembley Stadium. He opened with Wire for Sound, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I always thought it was a great opening song. And he used it to open the Hit List tour as well. Yeah, so it was great for him to open with that one, and it's one of the few songs that my girlfriend actually likes. She actually loves Wire for Sound. So yeah, and she was with me in Manchester, so she was delighted to hear that one. But when looking at the set list, as I say, I think Cliff Richard Radio put up, but they actually, in fairness to them, put up a spoiler alert as well, so you had to actually click in to actually see the set list. And I was debating whether to look at it or not. And as I say, I have no willpower when it comes to Cliff, and I've always loved looking at set lists. There was a book out when I was a kid, early 80s, simply called Cliff, and I remember the author was Tony Jasper, and it was a fabulous biography of Cliff. But at the back of the book was all the set lists of all the concerts Cliff and the Shadows have ever did right up to that point. And I used to spend hours looking at the set lists, reading all the songs, and imagining what it would have been like to be at some of them shows. And I love looking at set lists. Being in a band myself, I love putting set lists together and seeing what song follows what song is he going to open with, what song is he going to close the first half with, what song is he going to open the second half with, what's he going to leave us with at the end. So yeah, I've always loved looking at set lists. So I gave in, I had a look at the set list, and the first thing I saw was a couple of songs that Cliff hasn't done in concert in years, and a couple of them I've never seen Cliff do. I've seen Cliff over 100 times now, and I've never seen him sing a couple of these songs. Where Do We Go From Here, for example, which he sings in the first half. is a song from the Now You See Me Now You Don't album, which is an absolutely fabulous gospel album. Cliff released in 1982, and it's it's gospel songs. But at the time, I think back in the early 80s, I didn't know some of these songs were actually gospel songs. And a prime example would be Where Do We Go From Here? I always thought that was a love song. But actually, if you listen to the song, Standing Above Me is Somebody Who Wants to Love Me, he's actually talking about Jesus and God and his religious beliefs. And but it's an absolutely fantastic pop song. I love the original video with Cliff and the band who played on it, including Tony Rivers and John Clark on guitar, and Mark Griffiths on bass guitar, and Graham Jarvis on drums, and all the other fantastic musicians Cliff had in the early 80s. Yeah, so that was a song I was really excited to hear, and Cliff sang it absolutely fantastic in Manchester. I absolutely loved that. And Lost in a Lonely World, I think he sings in the second half, is another one that comes from the Wire for Sound album, and I've never heard Cliff sing this live, and I was absolutely really looking forward to it. Delighted when he sang that live. Absolutely fantastic song. A Heart Will Break Tonight, which was on I'm Not Hero, which is my second Cliff album of all time, my second favourite Cliff album of all time after Always Guaranteed. And probably the biggest surprise for me is a song I actually did hear Cliff sing before, called Marmaduke. And my first Cliff concert, I've said this before on this channel, and was in September 1988. I went to see Cliff for the very first time with my mum. I was only 12 years old. But he sang Marmaduke, and I absolutely loved In the Night. And I was trying to find it on record, and it wasn't on record, but it ended up a couple of months later being on the B-side of Mistletoe Wine. And when I bought that single, Mistletoe Wine, I was absolutely delighted to hear. I'd probably played Marmaduke a lot more than I played Mistletoe Wine, because I suppose Mistletoe Wine you can only really play at Christmas. But I played that right through my childhood. I always loved Marmaduke, and absolutely fantastic to hear Cliff sing it again. And what else did he sing? He done a beautiful dedication to his dad and sang Hold Faith in You, which is a beautiful song written by Phil Campbell, gospel singer-songwriter. And yeah, Cliff just sings that so beautifully. He changes some of the lyrics this time around. I don't know whether he forgot the lyrics and I don't know. But he changed some of the lyrics, I noticed, to previous, because he has sang that one live a good few times before. He sang it on his since his 40th anniversary concert, and he sang it a couple of times since. But it's an absolutely beautiful gospel song as well. And we got all the classics. We got Move It, we got Devil Woman, we got Missionites. What else? We got Peace in Our Time. We got all the old classics, Living Doll, The Young Ones, Summer Holiday, Congratulations, all absolutely crackers. Please Don't Tease, Gee Whiz It's You. Fantastic version to open the second half with Green Light, absolutely incredible. Yeah, so overall I absolutely loved the show. The only sad bit was that I was kind of promised by the Daily Mail, a reporter in Daily Mail, that they were going to try and organise for me to meet Cliff at that concert, and it never happened. But so I was a little bit annoyed at the Daily Mail, because they'd had me going for about 6 months, telling me that they would be able to organise a meeting with Cliff backstage, maybe at the sound check, and I was really looking forward to that, and I was disappointed. I didn't hold my breath, but I wasn't sure whether it was going to come off or right. But it didn't happen this time. But I'm still hoping that I will get to meet him and actually talk to him some stage. I did meet him in 2018 along with 1,400 other Cliff fans, but it was only for a second or two. But I'd love to actually meet him and actually thank him for a lifetime of music, and for being such an inspiration as a person as well as a singer. And anyway, I just want to take this opportunity to say happy birthday, Cliff, and many more to come. Happy birthday, Cliff.